you've lived in Los Angeles for a long time. I've lived in California my whole life in Los Angeles County. The pros versus cons of living in Los Angeles. I would say for me, the weather is a pro.
Yes.
Like we're getting, sometimes over 300 days of sun, and I love sunny weather. I love the temperature here is good. Some people would say that's boring though. Some people would say the weather's boring. They want because here we don't get the seasons.
Right.
I would say it's a pro.
Yeah. For
for me, you agree with that
Yeah,
one?
I agree 100%. Food?
Definitely.
Speaking of, I'm hungry.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're kind of slowly becoming. I mean, I know New York's kind of always been known as like the foodie destination. Chicago as well. But I think in terms of variety, just the sheer amount of variety we have so much here.
And the other thing is, like, in general, if you were to eat out, like eating out food is very unhealthy in general, because no one measures. They just put it in there, the butter, the this, that, right? Olive oil, like all high calorie stuff. But now you can actually ask, how is it prepared? And can you prepare it like this? Or can you have the veggies on the side? Can you give me a cup of rice here? So you can customize it to make it more within your lifestyle.
And you think that's more of a predominantly LA thing?
That's an LA thing, yeah, for sure.
Asking where they caught the beef or
Yeah.
where the cow was fed.
Exactly. You can do that. Yep.
Another one I would say another pro is for me is just like the diverse culture. I think I mentioned this on another episode, but just the all the subcultures here, and in a small within LA County, you can pretty much find your group. You can find a group of people that you can kind of get along with. There's so many different types of even different establishments that kind of cater either musically to different groups or different areas where you can live on the beach, and even the beach communities are all very different.
Right.
Like you said, like Glendale is where a lot of the Armenians
Exactly.
live, and
different cultures everywhere.
it's very, very diverse.
Con? Oh,
there's a lot of cons.
There's a couple of them.
Yeah,
I mean,
throw me some cons.
I own my own property. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I have my own house. Taxes are killing you. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Property tax, the sales tax, the income tax. I mean, it's very expensive to live in LA and owning a property. And I'm lucky because I bought mine in 2002.
Okay.
So real estate was less expensive back then, but these days,
even still, it was still more expensive in most places back then.
Yeah.
Cost of living.
The cost of living is
cost
really
of living
high.
here.
Cost of living is very high. So
I heard that for owning a property nowadays, like to pay that mortgage, you really do need to be making like 6 figures a year. Like if you're coming under that, it's not really feasible.
Nope. You gotta easy. Yeah, you
at least for owning.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. You gotta somehow make it.
Yeah.
Have side gigs, whatever it takes. You gotta make that 6 figures for sure.
That is true. Yeah, I took a Uber this weekend, and the guy was kind of interesting. He had like a Emmys thing hanging, and it's kind of, oh, okay. I'm a TV Academy member, so I vote for the Emmys, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting. So we got talking, and he lived like in a really nice area. I'm like, huh, you're doing like the Uber driving here? He's like, yeah, I do real estate, and
Okay.
and but he's like, every bit counts. My rent is $8,500 every month. So he's like, I have to do like that's his like extra gig to get money. So yeah, other pros. Well, one of my pros, like personal pros of why I have stayed in LA in general is the variety of geography. Because for me, I like variety in general, but just the fact that I can go to the beach and say it's March, I can drive an hour and a half, and I could be in snow.
Yes.
Or desert, or forest. Like there's just so much variety for the geography. So if you don't have to be like, a lot of people think, oh yeah, sunny California, you got to be a beach person or whatnot. Not really. No, you can go off the grid, have a house in the mountains, and still live and work or still work in LA. I had a friend that did that, who was like way up in the mountains, Fraser Park, and
Yeah.
would commute down. I mean that's a hell of a, maybe that's a con.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
commute and the traffic here. But I like that variety of just having the freedom. And you know, that's why a lot of the movies are here.
Yeah, I agree. Big Bear, Lake Arrowhead, about an hour and a half away. Boom. you know?
Yep.
It's amazing, and then the beach is like here, so everything is just so close. The other cons is, in my opinion, relationships. It's
a good one.
It's tough to find the right person.
That's a very
I think
good
both
one.
parties are at fault. It's not just the girls that are high maintenance. I think the guys are high maintenance as well. So that gets a little more challenging for people. And you know, sometimes it's because I think if you live in LA, again, you got the cost of living involved. I think we all are always like hustling for more, you know, to make it financially, which we don't prioritize our relationships with our significant others. You know what I
Definitely.
mean? That could be another reason
I agree
why
100%.
relationships don't work, because everyone's working so much. Or another reason would be the ghosting, right?
Yeah,
Like people just flakiness. It's pretty common, unfortunately. For someone my generation, that's really hard to accept that, because back in my days when there was no cell phones and no internet, and you were out at a party or something, you would approach the girl and be like, would you like to dance? It was a direct thing, and the girl has to directly tell you in your face either a yes or a no, right? Or may I have your phone number? And it will be a yes or a no. But now you text or you DM, and there is nothing coming back. A yes or a no answer, and that's the ghosting part, which is really frustrating for me.
Well, I think it comes, which would kind of lead me into a pro for me, because I like the entertainment industry, but that whole glitz and glamour vibe, I think, kind of permeates like the minds of everybody in this town, and that kind of creates a very superficial atmosphere. So you do have the people who, you know what, it's almost more like throwaway relationships, and kind of like, what's the next thing? You know, same thing with like we were talking about earlier with like the clubs, is like, you know, they'll go there for a year, but then no, what's the next one? And I feel like that happens in relationships here too. I feel like we're like, oh, you see something, you're like, okay, no, I'm going, you know. So I think that happens a lot.
Right.
There's a more, you know, it's harder to find that like kind of, you know, if you break it, to piece it back together. Most people don't want to take the time.
Right.
It's too much. It's too hard. You know, the relationship is too hard, so then they just kind of move on. But the entertainment industry, you know, being a part of it, maybe it's in between pros and cons. But I do like just the creative atmosphere here. Like it is a land of you know, for dreamers, as people have said before.
For sure.
You know, you came here all the way from Iran, and made a American dream for yourself here. It's like a lot of people.
100%.
Thanks for watching. There's lots more content coming your way, so make sure to subscribe to get the latest episodes delivered directly to you.